Hi everybody, welcome to Kayak Fishing Cornwall. Today, I'll show you where I am today. St Michael's Mount. I'm doing a quick after work sesh. Rumour has it on the fishy grapevine that there's bass in the bay, and a lot of them and decent size. So I've just come out, 2 lure rods, got a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours to fish the flood. I'm going to do a bit of trolling backwards and forwards whilst I'm waiting for the water to get a bit deeper in here. See if we can pick anything up, trolling, mark anything. And then when, maybe in an hour or two, when we've got some more water in here, I'll come back in here and start flicking around at these reefy bits. Maybe have a chuck at the mount too. There is an offshore wind of about 10 knots, I think. Should be manageable, should be alright. And it's a stunning evening, as you can see. I'm keen, want to get a couple of bass and take some home if I can. Let's get on with it. Right, got my light spinning setups on with Savage gear sand eels as usual. Water's very shallow here. I think I'm dragging bits of weed with that one. Yeah, I am dragging weed with that. Oh, I'm gonna get into trouble there. Right, Savage gear sand eels on those 2 rods, a white one on one, a brown one on the other. So we'll see if one gets hit before, you know, see if there's any pattern to it. Occasionally there is. The other day I was fishing and couldn't buy a bite on the white one, but the bass were launching themselves at the brown one. So it's worth trying. I'll get this one in, and I think we've got some weed on here. Get this one in and get the weed off. Then we're going to head towards Lowrance. Get into, yeah, there we go. We're into some slightly deeper water here now. Just going to head towards Lowrance. Just heading out towards the mount. Going to come over 1 or 2 little lumps here, and I'm going to hang a right, cut back towards Long Rock, pedal down there for a while. I've not really done that before, so I'll head down there for a bit, see if I pick anything up. I know, you know, the people have told me there's fish in that direction, so I'm going to have a go. Check out the view. I love this place. Look. Now hopefully I can spin that round far enough for you to pick that up. It's just stunning down here, I love it. Could have done without this offshore wind, but you know, I'm a fan of a little bit of water movement. I'd rather have a little bit of water movement when I'm bass fishing, to be fair, even if it's wind generated. Right, you may have noticed at the beginning of the video I parked in a different place to last time because I've got a different van. My old van was too long to get in that car park there, so I parked down at the station house. But I initially went there just a minute ago, but I looked at the parking fees and it was like the council parking rate, so £6.80 up to 4 hours, and then all day, so over a tenner if you want to do more than 4 hours. And I'd like to do probably that plus getting tackled up and down either side, so I thought I'll nip up here and park in this one, you know, right in front of St Michael's Mount, which was, I think that was £6 for 5 hours, and you know, hundreds of spaces in there. As long as you haven't got a extra long wheelbase van, there's no problem. And it couldn't be easier to get down onto the beach and launch your kayak, so that's ideal really. Yeah, was thinking about Long Rock and then pedalling right across here, but that van is quite long, even if it isn't an extra long wheelbase, and there's only a few spaces in Long Rock that will accommodate that really. So if I was in a car or whatever, yeah, fine. But in that long wheelbase van, would have been a bit tight. Might not have got a decent spot. Well, I've trolled. I'm almost at Penzance Harbour. I've gone that far. So there's an unusual sort of sliver of stone here. I'm going to turn on this and run down this and make my way back towards the mount, and then hopefully there'll be a bit more water on some of those reefs. I'll do some dropping down on those reefs and see if we can pick up anything pollock wise, and then in another hour or so I'll head in and start chucking lures at the mount, because there's like some weed beds there that the fish like to sort of mooch around in as the tide comes in. I think it'll be a good chance of some fish there. So I'll spin around now and start heading back in. I'm going to be going into the wind actually, so be slow going, I think. And I'm kind of interested to see what this feature looks like on the fish finder. I'm expecting to see fish on it, and there's a couple of marks there. It's quite a long feature actually. Yeah. Here it comes on the fish finder. So it's gone from 10 metres up to about 8, so 7.5, 7. Yeah, so it's quite a prominent ridge of rock running out here. Well, we're up to 5 metres now. I reckon there's a good chance of fish on this. Right, big bunch of marks there. See if we get a hit. That's the most marks I've seen fish-wise. I mean, they look like fish you can catch. Oh, yeah, that's a fish, isn't it? Okay, there's another pile of marks there under me. Oh no, is it coming to me or has it come off? That's still there. Yeah, there's a few marks down there now. Might have a cast. This ain't no monster. But, don't need a monster to not be a blank. Let's get the net as I've got it. He's waking up now. Yeah, there's a few fish here. Yeah, not even of keepable size, I don't think. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah, won't bother measuring that, I don't think. Just a little one. Off he goes. Let's see if this has got me into trouble. Oh, fish! Sweet. Oh, a tiny pollock. Oh, I didn't expect to see that. I thought that would be a bit of bass. It's all happening now. Tiny bass and tiny pollock. past me. Right. Right, I'm gonna have a cast, I suppose. See if we can find any other fish. See if we can find a bigger fish. Right, I had a couple of casts, didn't get nothing, so I'm going to head back down that sort of spit of stone, trolling the lures, and back towards the mount, because, yeah, I want to sort of target that area really, and I've got sidetrack coming down here. And behind me is Penzance Harbour. So it's not that far actually, so if I was going to park at Long Rock, which I was thinking about doing, where's that? That's over there. So yeah, it's not that far from Long Rock over to the mount if you wanted to fish that. I'm actually heading towards a marker that sits on the reef just off a Long Rock beach, and I've often looked at it and thought, well, I'd like to get out there and fish that area. Now I'm here, all I want to do is head back over there. 9.5 hours in a day. Wouldn't surprise me at all though if there was bass here to be had. Right, don't want to come out here and not have a couple of casts, so I'm just going to have a few minutes. Fish. I just saw a big mark on the sounder. Thought, oh, I'm going to have a cast at this. That hit that really hard actually. Ace. Yeah. But there's a stone here. I thought I'll just have a little go at that. That's a decent fish, is it? Better than the last one. Let's see if we can get him out. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That is definitely a keeper. That's a good one. And there's some fish on this one little peak. Hardly looks like anything. I thought, well, I'll have a look at that whilst I'm here. I might even show you that on the map. Let's have a look at that one. I think he's coming with me. That's got to be... Oh, that's probably mid-50s. We'll have a measure. Whoop! As long as he stays in the kayak. Alright, dude. Yeah, we've got 54 there. I will be having another flick at that little peak and turning out this guy's lights. That's a hit. There's a fish, yeah. It's not a bad fish, not tiny. It's not taken off like a monster would, but it's not tiny. Ace. Now that's a keeper. So I want to keep this one, and yeah, I'll do with it. Keep this one, and actually that's probably bigger than the last one. The net for this one. That's a good fish. He's getting wrapped up around the bow of the kayak. Come on, you nuisance. That's a good one. Come on. That's a lovely fish. Yes. That one is, well, that's got to be as big, if not bigger than the last one. He was right. My local bass guru, he said they were here. And he said they were decent size. Get that away. Put them on. Right, get him up for you lot there. That's another one in the 50s, I'd have thought. I think he's going to be coming home for tea. Yeah, another one at 54. That's excellent. I'm really pleased with that. So how long do I... what have I done there? Oh, how are you full? Left that lure bail arm off. Get that in. Right. Get that one, turn this guy's lights out. One more look at that. It's an excellent fish, love it. Right, I'm going to have one more drift river cast over this little section. I've got the, you know, as a angler, just an angler, I'm not a commercial angler, I'm allowed to keep 2 bass a day over 42 centimetres. So I've got my 2 for today. Any I catch now is going back. It's always good fun to catch them, and there's always the chance of a, you know, a nice big one, which I would put back anyway. Right, my camera battery went flat on that last drift, and I had a couple of knocks. I don't want anyone in the comments saying, oh, you're leaving fish to find fish again. So I'm going to have a couple more casts here, because yeah, you know, I'm getting hits there, and I've had a couple of decent fish, so it would kind of be silly to clear off straight away, wouldn't it? Oh, there's a fish. There we go. This isn't a tiny fish either. Be nice if there was a 70 sitting on here somewhere waiting for me. Now my hat camera's playing up. I don't want to stop fishing long enough to investigate, but I might do. Once this fish is sorted out, we'll have a look. It's another good one. And they're really aggressive. They're hammering this lure. Right, come here. There we come. Oh, I don't know if I've done that to this bass, but he's got a really torn up gob. I hope I haven't done that to him. Well, it looks like damage from... Yeah, I haven't done that. That's damage from elsewhere, that is. Really torn the side of his mouth up. He hasn't just done that. Maybe you can see. I don't know. It's not a bad fish. That's probably 50. Right. I reckon I'm still over that. Still at the point where I might get hit there. So I'm going to bang that straight out. Okay, there wasn't anything wrong with my hat camera. I didn't put a battery in it. In my rush to get out, I forgot to put a battery in it. Right, last drift on this, and then I am going to head off because I've had a few nice bass here. And I just want to fish around the mount a little bit. It's going to be a wet journey back over there because I'm heading into this wind, which has put a little chop on the water. But I actually quite enjoy it in the Revo. I didn't like it in the Compass because the Compass would just bounce. The bow would just slap up and down, and it was... Yeah, it wasn't very nice, but in this thing it just plows through it, so I actually quite enjoy it. Go on, one more out of here would be lovely. Okay, that drift didn't produce anything, so I am going to leave fish to find fish, much to the dismay of many, but like I said, I want to get around there and have a fish around the mount, so I'm going to troll this lure along behind me, smash into this wind-blown chop, and see if I can get back there with a bit of time to have a few casts. I'll definitely come here again though. That was a nice little producing spot there. Right, I'll get my other rod sorted out. Right, my hat camera is playing up. I've just tried fixing it and I don't know what's going on. It's just crashing, so I'm going to rely on the one camera because my other one is the microphone's playing up on that, so I'm going to have to spend some money, I think, buy some new cameras. Anyway, coming up on the mount now. It's just really sort of imposing view from this side. Fantastic, isn't it? I mean, do people build stuff like that anymore? And if not, why not? They should. I mean, if I had like Musk's money, I'd have castles. I'd have loads of castles. I might even build myself a pyramid if you know, he's wasting his time building spaceships. He's going to do no good. Build himself a pyramid, mate. I have seen things online about the queues to go over to St Michael's Mount this summer, and they are just bonkers. So yeah, I wouldn't do it now. I wouldn't queue like that. Like living down here, I suppose I can pick my moment, can't I? Right, I'm going to aim for a little red dot or two, my favourite red dots, see if there's anything lurking over the red dots as we go past the mount. Does it get any better than that? It's a nice bass, beautiful evening, and I've got that in the background. Lucky boy. It's nice and flat here actually, because the wind is offshore. This side of the mount is protected. I hope you can see that section on the right hand side now. That's just awesome, isn't it? Look at how ornate and difficult that must have been to build there with those like rounded almost turrets on either side of that. Imagine the wealth it took to have that constructed and the effort to drag all that material over here at low tide up that massive like hill and then stack it all there. Do people do stuff like that anymore? Or is it all just massive skyscrapers, ugly, crappy things made of glass and no imagination? I don't know. Bit of a rant. Right, you might be able to tell it's starting to get a bit darker now. I'm going to have just 10 minutes casting about in this area. It's shallow, rocky on the bottom, and like lots of weed, bladderwrack and stuff here. So I'm kind of confident that there'll be fish here. We'll have 10 minutes here and then I'll call it a day. This area I'm in actually now, it's great if you want to go like rock pooling with your kids, turning over rocks looking for blennies and all that kind of thing. Used to love doing it as a kid, and took my daughter occasionally looking in the rock pools and searching for crabs and rocklings and all the other things you find, all the other little interesting things. Right, so I've had a bunch of casts up there and not even had a bite, so I'm going to head back in. I've had a bunch of nice fish and a nice time on the water. So the last time I'm going to get on the water for a couple of weeks, because we're away for a bit and the wind is picking up for the next few days. So this was my one chance, I took it and I got some fish out of it, so I'm very happy with that. If you want to know what gear I'm fishing, what the kayak is I'm on, what the rods and reels I use, check out the description of the video. It's all in there, and feel free to leave a comment if you've got any questions or about anything like fishing related, obviously, on your kayak, then give us a shout. What I would say as well about this particular place, I mean, I've barely even fished around the mountain there, just had a quick look around it. So I went out over towards Long Rock and come up with some fish. There's reef right around here, lots of it actually, that should produce decent pollock and bass, and you could take a left out of here and head down towards Perranoosto, and there's some ground down there which to me looks really good. I mean, I've not fished it at sort of peak bass time of the year, but I'm pretty sure there's potential there for some good fishing. So one for another time. That's the thing about this hobby. The sea's a big place. There's always places you can try, new places to try, new methods, that kind of thing. It'll keep me going, I think, keep me interested for a very long time. So I'm going to troll a couple of lures in, if I can get this in. I think I've got some weed on here. Yes, I have. Troll the lures in. Last chance for a bass job. I'm actually toying with the idea of bringing the shore rods, digging some bait and bringing the shore rods tomorrow evening. Maybe. Come on, last chance bass. Right, if I do get a lucky last chance one, I'll bring you back. If not, thanks for joining me. If you like the content, like your kayak fishing, thinking of coming down here and on holiday, maybe bringing your kayak, check out my other videos, drop us a sub, drop us a like, it'd be much appreciated. Right, until next time, take care.